So, Hannah, David, in court today, attorneys were talking about a police report where Paris Alcantara was tied to past encampment fires. But this one was obviously different because we're talking about these hot, dry conditions. And whether you're in a city like Seattle or out in rural Washington, any spark can make these fires take off and become severe.
This was terrible.
Monday's encampment fire near Mercer Street looked like a raging inferno.
I heard a big pop. And so that's what startled me.
Those who live nearby were shocked. No, this wasn't the first fire like this. In fact, more than a year ago, we saw another fire in the same location captured on camera, both caused by people, which frankly is pretty common, not just in the city, but throughout the Northwest, where, per the Northwest Interagency Coordination Center, 85% of wildfires are caused by us, people.
If I break the number down even further, in the state of Washington alone, 90% of all fires in the state of Washington are caused by humans.
With eye-popping temps in the 90s now becoming the norm, fire season is growing. Climate Central, a science group, found that parts of Washington now have what they call fire weather twice as often as we did in the early 70s. Right now, Washington and Oregon sit at the top of the country's fire priority list, basically meaning it's where out-of-area firefighters are being sent to first.
We just moved into that position today. It's kind of one of those positions you don't want, but it's a position that allows us to ask and receive resources as they become available.
Firing heavy.
Just this month, we told you about work to preemptively burn parts of Washington's forest lands.
We're trying to get the conditions of the landscape back to the pre-suppression, like heavy suppression times, so that when those natural fires do start, they're not catastrophic, they're not threatening lives and communities.
Because in our forest lands, there's too much fuel, and it's causing major problems. Of course, closer to home, fires like this, Monday's encampment fire, those aren't wildfires, but perhaps a reminder it is too hot and too dry to ever let your guard down.
The biggest message really is the conditions this time of year are hot and dry, and any spark, any ignition has a potential for turning into a large catastrophic fire.
Monday may not be catastrophic in terms of wildfires, but you saw just how dangerous that can get with so many people living in this area. That's why experts say you have to be careful about everything that you're doing, whether it's dragging chains, whether it's throwing away a lit cigarette, but all sorts of actions that may not typically have consequences really do right now with these hot, dry conditions. We're live in Seattle. Matthew Smith, Fox 13 News.